tonight against Ariel Bracamonte, who is pretty much a novice Argentine heavyweight.
Another win, quite frankly, another win, and move on to his next run. I'm really looking forward to seeing Dave fight for titles. I really am.
You're not the only one looking forward to it as well. The crowd here, not far from where he hails from in Yorkshire, across the Pennines, getting into good mood. I think we can cross to our Master of Ceremonies, David Diamante, to introduce Dave, the White Rhino Allen.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, entering the arena from Conisbrough, the White Rhino, Ladies and gentlemen, from the Manchester Arena, we are set to go with a special heavyweight attraction. It's all being brought to you courtesy of Mr. Eddie Hearns at Matchroom Boxing. Sponsored by William Hill, StubHub, and JD Sports. Your timekeeper is from Witness, it's Chris O'Connor, and at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring from Barry, A-star referee, John Latham. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the white and light blue. He weighed in at 18 stone, 4 pounds, 9 ounces. His professional record, 8 victories against only 1 defeat. He has 5 wins coming by way of knockout. Damas y caballeros, presentamos de la Cumbre Córdoba, Argentina, Ariel Chiquito Bracamonte. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white trunks with black trim and red roses. He's scaled at already 18 stone, 5 pounds, 4 ounces. This two-time Commonwealth heavyweight title challenger has a professional record consisting of 15 victories. He has 4 defeats, 2 draws, and 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Formerly known as the Doncaster de la Hoya, but now known as the Doncaster Darren Barker, fighting out of Conisbrough. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the heavy-hitting White Rhino, David Allen.
Well, as you expect from you both, you obey me instructions at all times. When I tell you to break, you both break clean. Defend yourselves at all times, and the best of luck to you both. Touch gloves.
The Doncaster Darren Barker, if you're wondering about that, there's been a full-blown bromance has broken out between David Allen and Darren Barker, and that's the playful side of Allen, but I like what I'm seeing in here, Matt, because he looks really focused, he looks really zoned in, and the reason I said what I said during the ring walk is because when we spoke to him yesterday in a fighter meeting, he admitted to us that success scares him, and there are plenty of people in that bracket, and what it means is that they're frightened to totally commit to the idea of wanting something and putting everything on the line and trying their absolute hardest, because then if you come up short, you're stuck with what is frankly an unpalatable truth that maybe you're just not good enough. But he's at that stage of his career now where he showed us how tough he is, he showed us he can box, and he needs to try and be a winner. Bracamonte's made a pretty lively start here, though.
Yeah, he has done, but you know, good head movement from Dave Allen. He's slipping and sliding. He's shown in all of his fights, really, Dave Allen, that he's got good ability, but in his last win, when he landed that spectacular right hand to get the knockout, I mean, from that, you want to build serious momentum, and we want to see him go in and become the bride, not always the bridesmaid, because he's good enough to, and we just want to see him push on now and make the best of himself.
Good start here from Bracamonte. Decent record, of course, 8 wins, 1 defeat. He hasn't faced any particularly significant opposition, but took a good scalp in his 3rd fight, beat a 5-0 fighter in Facundo Cesar Giglioni. But he's come to have a go here, certainly.
He has. Most of these shots are missing. This is good defence, good upper body movement. He's parrying the shots, he's slipping and sliding them, riding them. Good head movement from Dave Allen.
Moved into a new place recently. Allen, deposit earned through boxing, which was a box tick. That was something that he really wanted to achieve through his sporting career.
I like how relaxed Dave Allen is. You know, he's not loading up, he's not tense, he's not stiff. And you know, that's why his head movement is as good as it is. He's relaxed, he's able to see the shots coming, he's got good peripheral vision. He's got good anticipation. See him slipping the shot there and also closing the distance with his feet as he does it, which means he's in a position to, not only has it been a good defensive move, but he's put himself in a position to now work the body shots or slip the uppercuts through the middle. Good jab there from Allen.
Jab's a good shot for him. It's an underrated shot for him, I think. You wouldn't necessarily think that he would have one given his height, but that's some good body work there. It was the left to the body to put down Sami Anibo in his last fight, but that left was low. It was definitely low. He was on our blind side and we could still see that it was low.
That was without a doubt, that one certainly strayed very south of the border. Shame, but before that he landed a couple of good body shots and started to use his jab very effectively.
So the referee can give Bracamonte as long as 5 minutes to recover here. Fighters never, ever take that long. I sometimes wonder whether they shouldn't just err on the side of caution a bit, but it's a macho thing. They want to get back in there as quick as they can, and Bracamonte fires off a decent combination, but Allen tucking up, bobbing, weaving, gloves up where they should be.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably winning the round here, Bracamonte, because he started so positively. He's throwing so many punches, and Allen's making him miss with a lot. He's slipping and sliding, he's blocking. But I just think the work rate of Bracamonte has just been...
Good uppercut there from Allen right at the end of the round. That was a decent shot, got the crowd going. But it's been an entertaining first round. Our visitor from Argentina has come to give this a crack. No doubt about it, which is what you want.
Keep boxing behind the jab. Keep working your way, but move your head more. Okay, just taking a bit too many. Get your jab going. Uppercut still middle inside. Come on. Feel alright? Alright. Keep boxing behind the jab, Dave, and bring your shots up through middle. Yeah. Feel alright? Got to keep boxing and moving.
Nick Marsden there with the advice, those two very close. And there's that low blow. Wow, that practically hit him in the knee.
Yeah, that was very low. There was no disputing that one. There's a lovely uppercut. He puts some really good shots together when he does let the hands go, Dave Allen. You can see the quality is there. I really like his head movement too. He's nice and relaxed.
Good jab to start the round, left to the body, then left upstairs. Right hand was pretty much bang on the belt line. There's a bit of blood coming from somewhere. Maybe on the end of the nose there of Bracamonte. Good left hand on the inside there from the Argentinian. Massive right aim there by Allen, but took his weight back nicely, Bracamonte, swayed out of the way. And is that another low blow? The referee says no. Bracamonte was complaining.
Yeah, and I don't think that one was low. It was kind of borderline. But he landed some good body shots here, Allen, and he's looking for the left hook too. Bracamonte blocking it, but the left hook is there. He is susceptible to a left hook, Bracamonte.
One thing the referee has to bear in mind here is that the belt that Bracamonte has got on his shorts is about a foot long.
Yeah, I like the way Dave Allen varies his power. You know, he throws a few pitter-patter shots, and then then he really sort of digs it in. I like the way he does that. It's really, it's good to not be one-paced or, you know, predictable, and even to vary the power.
It was a good right hand, though, from Bracamonte 25 seconds ago that snuck up the middle and made contact. We know that Allen can take a shot, and Bracamonte looks like he's found him a few times. Allen just leaning on there, tapping away. Then
nice
there comes the uppercut,
good uppercut,
and a heavy-looking left hand.
Yeah, good uppercut, left hook on the inside. Like I say, good head movement as he walks forward. I like the way when he slips and slides the shot, he doesn't just, he moves forward with it, he closes the distance as he slips the shot. He gets himself into position where he's safe, but he's also in a position to let go of his own shots.
Good right hands there from Bracamonte. There's blood coming from his mouth. I think that's from an injury to the nose. And he's put some good punches together. Allen climbing into a left hand.
Yep, there's Allen with those kind of tippy-tappy shots, almost jabs with the right hand sometimes, just puts it out there, and he'll throw 3 or 4 at a very kind of tip-tap kind of power, and then bangs a few shots in, like the right hand and the body shot that we see there.
That was a solid right hand, but comes Bracamonte again here, landed a big right hand, and then another one as Allen was back on the ropes. He doesn't really blink there, Allen, but he's been fed a pretty steady diet of solid-looking punches here at times.
Yeah, was just praising Dave Allen's work, and Bracamonte come back with some big power shots of his own. Good body shot going in there from Bracamonte.
And it's a good fight, this. It's an entertaining fight to watch. Very difficult to know exactly what you're going to get when you look at the record of someone like Bracamonte, because it really doesn't tell you anything at all. But he's come here to win. This is a massive platform for him as well. Smearing right hand, but as soon as he landed it there, Ariel Bracamonte came back, and that's been the theme of the fight so far.
Ganaste el round. Te lleva y te va desgastando, ¿te das cuenta?
David Allen up on the big screen again. This is 5th appearance on Sky Sports box office, and really when he lands, that's when he seems to be in the most trouble, Allen. It didn't happen there, but during that round, he'd land a good shot, and then Bracamonte would come straight back at him.
Yeah, I mean, at times I'm praising Dave Allen that he's nice and relaxed and he slips and slides, and that's true, but then sometimes it's a fine line between being relaxed and being lackadaisical, and sometimes he's just a little bit too lackadaisical and he gets caught with shots. I mean, I've had him lose in the first 2 rounds. They were close rounds, though. There was no, it wasn't dominated or anything like that, but I think Bracamonte landed probably the hardest shots and a little bit busier. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a good fight so far.
And just looking to put out that jab, protecting himself to the body.
Good
uppercut. There's the uppercut. Good uppercut, straight up the middle.
Yep, just touched him around the sides and then really planted his feet and dug that right uppercut right up the middle.
His percentage success with that uppercut has been pretty high so far. Bracamonte just popping out his left hand, doesn't really have a stiff jab on him for somebody of his height. Uppercut on the inside, though, good punch.
Good uppercut from Bracamonte. Allen goes to left hook to the body. Bracamonte chops the left hook upstairs. Good right hand from Bracamonte.
Some good work here from the Argentinian again, and Allen just trying to take his feet back, but the right hand gets through, and the left hand on the inside. He's trying to bob and weave, but Bracamonte is finding him with regularity here. Allen just trying to climb into a left hook, but he's under pressure there, back in the blue corner, his own corner. A little bit of swelling around the left eye, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he's bobbing and weaving, he's slipping and sliding some of these shots, but he's got to come back. He can't let Bracamonte get off with 5-6. Yeah, okay, slip and slide 1-2, maybe even 3, but then you've got to come back with something. He's letting Bracamonte unload 5, 6, 7, 8 punches, and inevitably, he maybe miss it. He's getting out of the way of the first few, but then he's getting hit with punch 5, 6, and 7. Nice uppercut from Bracamonte there on the inside.
Well, caught by a couple on the way.
Big
Big
left
left hand there from Allen. The gum shield almost came out there of Bracamonte. He was just rocked back onto his heels, but he took it pretty well.
Yep, big left hook there from Allen, but Bracamonte seems to have shrugged it off. He took it well. Good body shot going in from Allen.
And looking for the uppercut again there. The Argentinian didn't quite manage to land it. He's busy with his hands, though. Our visitor, he really is. He's good to watch. He throws a lot of punches.
Legs are
and that's hurt him there. And Allen just looking to wade in. Left hand followed by right. Bangs him back onto the ropes. Bracamonte rocking and rolling. He's all over the place. The corner have got that out in their hand. He's very, very unsteady. Back on the ropes again. Allen just needs to land one more big one. And the referee will jump in here. Left followed by right. John Latham's having a very, very close look.
If he could just find
a little bit tired here, I think, of Bracamonte. Look at him, sets his feet, digs in a couple of uppercuts, and I think has just about managed to ride this out.
Big heart here from the Argentinian. He seems to have weathered the storm.
Well, terrific round from both of them. Bracamonte looked absolutely gone when he was caught with that big right hand. He really did, and Allen was pursuing him. He caught him a few more times, but just not quite cleanly enough. The referee was having a really good look, and then when he turned in that blue corner, Bracamonte, he just found something.
He was gone, and the legs were completely gone. I thought it was over for him. Allen, there's that big left hook. Gum shield nearly out of his mouth. He was absolutely rocked to his feet. Big right hand, legs gone. I thought Allen was going to finish him. I thought the ref was going to stop it. He was certainly looking very closely. I think at one stage he was going to jump in. He managed to get hold of Allen there and smother him and tie him up and just weather the storm, clear his head a little bit. Did very, very well to stay in there, the Argentinian.
Carlos de Greco in the corner there with Ariel Bracamonte. Osvaldo Retondaro as well. They come over with a little bit of a crew, which is always a sign that there's some ambition. He's always looking for that uppercut. Big smearing overhand right there again from Allen. That was the punch that he put Nick Webb away with, and he eats the right hand on his way in there, Allen, and again. And this is good stuff here from Bracamonte.
Big left hook from Allen. And a right hand.
Catches him on the way in.
Big shots going in here from both men. I thought Allen got hit with a good few shots from Bracamonte, but then Allen came back with a big right hand that rocked the Argentinian.
Well, both of them just taking a little bit of a breather after an explosive start to the round. Allen just tapping to the body, looking for that uppercut. Every now and again, though, when he's moving in there, he's just kind of walking in. He'll drop his hands, stand in range, and that's the open invitation for Bracamonte to let his hands go. The tempo's dropped a bit, and Allen there with a very laboured, tired-looking left hand and a right hand there too, and both of these two showing signs that they're seriously gassing here in the fourth.
Both men very fatigued. They've both had their moments. They've both hurt the other guy, and when they have, they've thrown the kitchen sink. They've completely unloaded, expended an awful amount of energy, and now they need to kind of suck up and get a second win. Bracamonte landing two big right hooks there, one after the other.
Allen trying to keep that left hand up, a big overhand right there from Allen. Bracamonte took it fine, in close he goes, just taps to the body, looks to let one go with a bit more meat on it. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. He's just standing in range there, half range.
Big right
he gets
hand.
nailed with the uppercut. Allen, though, throws the uppercut back himself. Nice left hook there, and that just seemed to get Bracamonte slightly off balance, but again, he sucks it up.
I think Bracamonte's hurt enough here that Allen, if he can find the punches and put them together, he could get the finish, but I just don't think he has the gas after the last few onslaughts to do this. And he's got to be careful. If he goes for the finish and doesn't get it, he might be completely spent. Yeah, very fatigued here, Dave Allen. He's hurt Bracamonte, but he doesn't seem to have the energy to put a sequence of punches together in order to force the stoppage.
Right hand there from Allen, just leaning on, looking for that uppercut once again, but Bracamonte just rips back with a left hand. Closing stages of round 4, and you've got to wonder about the conditioning and training, because Allen admits that he doesn't always train hard, and if he's going to continue in this sport, then he's going to need to.
He's got talent, and he slips and slides. He's nice and relaxed. He covers the canvas. He's got good anticipation and peripheral vision. He varies the power. There's an awful lot to like about David Allen's boxing, but, you know, he's hurt Bracamonte several times, really rocked him. He's gone for the finish, not got it, and then you look, you know, he's gassed. He can't go again because he's got to be careful of punching himself out here.
Touch of gloves between the two at the end of the round. Allen landing a crisp, crunching straight right towards the end of it. And this is turning into a very grueling, gritty kind of a fight now. There's heavy shots have been landed by both of these two. Punch resistance is not a problem for Allen, we know that.
Great uppercut there for Bracamonte, landed some really good stuff on the inside. I was having the better of the action, and then bang, Allen comes back with a big right hand. So I think we see it there, left hook, shook Bracamonte, and then he puts a series of punches, a sequence of shots together, rocks the Italian fighter. But, you know, he's got to be careful, Allen, here, when he does hurt him, when he does go for the finish, that he doesn't punch himself out. And you do worry about how well conditioned or lack of conditioning that he has, because he's really shook Bracamonte here several times, put some big shots together, and then, you know, a couple of moments after, he looks fairly gassed out.
Well, he stayed on his feet between rounds. David Allen, and out we come for the fifth. Is scheduled for 10. You wouldn't bet an awful lot of money on it going 10, but you just never know, because, as you've been saying, Matt, when one of them looks on the verge of going or being in trouble, then they just manage to dig in somehow. And as I said, we know that David Allen can take a shot, but just because you can take one, it doesn't mean you should take one.
But what happens at the start of the round here, and they've just had a minute's rest, they both can come out, and there's a bit, they're landing some fairly good shots. Bracamonte landing the good uppercuts when Allen kind of ducks low and tries to slip and roll underneath. Bracamonte lands good uppercuts. There's a lovely right hand from Allen.
That's a good right hand of Bracamonte. Immediately looks to try and tuck up there, but comes back with a left, just as Allen was trying to close in, maybe sniffed a bit of an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, Allen has a good chin, he's relaxed, he has belief and confidence in his own anticipation to read the shot and ride the shot. Has his hands a little low at times, but he uses good upper body movement. Nice right hand there from Allen. But yeah, I mean, he just, at times here, he looks really good when he puts them together, and other times he looks like he's really tired.
Allen with a little left hand and then just leaning on. Had the distance there, but it was Bracamonte who just sunk back into the ropes and threw a left hand himself.
Yeah, good body shot. Both men look absolutely knackered. Mouth wide open. Blood, spit all flying all over the place. I mean, we're only halfway through this fight and both look so tired.
Well, this now really just comes down to a battle of wills. Boxing is one of the few sports left, really, where how much you want it still counts for a massive amount, and whoever wants this more is going to win. It's as simple as that.
Yeah, and I think it's being cute and clever with your punches now. You're kind of running on the red a little bit. You've got to be economical with your shots. You don't want to be wasting unnecessary energy. You want energy output that you use up now. You want it to be quality. You want it to get something, put something in the bank, do damage. You know, this is getting untidy now as both men getting very tired.
Well, Allen just kind of leaning on Bracamonte, and I think he's having a little bit of success when he does that, just trying to push him around a little bit. But then when he takes a step back, as you say, the mouth is hanging wide open. But it's Allen really, in terms of body language here towards the end of this round, who looks like maybe he's getting on top just a little bit.
Yeah, I think so, Andy. I mean, his experience, I think, is going to hold him in good stead here. They're both very fatigued, but I think Allen, more experienced, knowing when to rest, when to go for it. Good left hook, good body shots going in from Allen. Bracamonte's very tired as he edges
back. Big right hand there from Bracamonte at the end of the round. We're halfway through this one. Let's go backstage. Josh Kelly, he's up next, and he's backstage with Fraser Denton.
Third outing of 2018. It's been a good year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been quality, mate. Just building up some momentum now. Get the end of the year and be good.
How important is it for you to keep putting on good performances like you're hopefully going to do tonight?
I will put a good performance on tonight, and it's majorly important to me, to my development, and to the team and moving forward. So I'm looking forward to it.
And keep things going for what could be a massive 2019 for you.
It all goes well, which it will. This fight and next fight, then roll on 2019 is going to be massive.
And how are you enjoying being parts of big shows like this?
I love it. I come alive under the lights. I've got a little character switch, and it comes out when I'm on them lights. So I can't wait.
Thanks, Josh.
All good, cheers, mate.
Seconds out. Round 6.
So into the second half of this one, scheduled for 10. David Allen in the red and white. Ariel Bracamonte in the light blue and white, the colours of Argentina. There's your scorecard, Matt. There's been some close rounds in there. You've given Allen the last 3, so a single point advantage after 5 rounds.
Yeah, I think he landed a lovely right hand there, Alan. I just think the tide's turned now. Bracamonte come out the blocks really quick, started very fast first couple of rounds. It's ebbed and flowed, he's had success. I mean, within one round, the tide has turned 3 or 4 times. One way, then back towards Allen, but I thought he looks to be on top now.
Good left hand there to start the round from Allen. Came out and threw a couple of feints as well with his front foot. Good upper body movement there too.
Yeah, he's shown good head movement throughout the fight, Alan. At this stage of a fight, when both men are feeling it, feeling the pace, and you're tired, it's a sickness to throw big shots like that and to miss.
Just leaning on there, Allen, and Bracamonte firing off a left hook.
I think Allen's experience, Andy, here now will allow him to kind of pop the jab out, slip and slide a little bit, conserve things, maybe slow the pace down a little bit, and allow a second wind to come on.
And he's just constantly walking Bracamonte down, who again just looks to respond with a left hand. Allen with a right hand over the top, didn't quite get through. Big gulp of air there from Bracamonte. Nice straight right hand and the right cross from him too.
Just short of the uppercut, but it would have been a good one had it landed.
Allen just tapping to the body, then takes a step to the right. Bracamonte found an exit.
Good right hand.
Overhand right there again from Allen, not too much on it.
Oh, both men very tired. I think Allen's trying to conserve as much energy as possible here, trying to catch a second wind. Nice little feint, half step back. And especially when you're tired in a fight like this, you buy the feints and you fall forward. I think both men look absolutely exhausted, Andy, they really do. Oh, big right hand from Allen.
But again, just not that much on it. Bracamonte was able to take it. Looking for that jab there, Allen. That would be a good shot for him to try and get on that jab. That would be enough to win him some rounds here, because the punch output from both of these two has dropped dramatically.
Yeah, just going to say, Andy, the pace has completely dropped here, and it had to, really.
Well, let's go over to the other side of the ring. Andy Scott's with Eddie Hearn.
Eddie, great effort from both guys so far. Is Bracamonte more competitive than you thought he would be?
Absolutely, but Dave is less fitter than I thought he'd be as well. It's worryingly brilliant at the moment. After 4 rounds, it was fantastic, and now it's a war of attrition between 2 guys that probably aren't fit for 10 rounds. Dave's, I think, won the last 2 or 3 rounds comfortably. Just got to keep going. He has nothing left in the tank. As you saw from the fighter meetings yesterday, he hasn't had what you would call a championship camp, and this is probably a good kick up the backside to show you that you can't be in this shape over 10 rounds. But he is tough, he can punch, he's out on his feet, as are both guys. I have no idea what's going to happen, so let's enjoy the last 3.
Brilliant, well said.
Seconds, corners. Seconds out. Round 7.
Well, into the 7th, and this is deep into uncharted territory for Bracamonte. Before tonight, he'd never been beyond 4 rounds. Allen, of course, as we know, did 10 with Dillian White, went deep with Tony Yoka into the 10th, 7 with Luis Ortiz. Big overhand right there from Allen as Bracamonte looked to come out aggressively, and his nose has gone. Blood pouring out of that nose of Bracamonte, and I just wonder whether he came out with some real intent at the start of this round, Bracamonte, because he knows that he hasn't got much left in the tank. Allen knows that he will do. I make Eddie an absolutely spot on there. He's not fit, Allen. He's not as fit as he should be. He's able to dig in because he's got that kind of character, but he's got to pick it up in the gym and stay in the gym and stay in shape and commit 100%, but that is an absolute bloody mask. It's a mess, the face now of Bracamonte.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's a cut or is it the nose broken, but there's lots of blood here. Really is pumping the blood, and he's struggling, Bracamonte. It makes sense that he'd never been past 4 rounds when you think of how fast he came out. He came out like he was doing a 4-rounder, how the speed of it. But yeah, Alan back on, certainly on top here now, and his experience, I think, his talent.
There's a cut on the bridge of the nose. I think I can see that as he's on the far side of the ring. He sunk into the ropes away to our left a little bit. Alarmingly, when you see these big men list into the ropes, you worry a bit. Left hand there from Alan as he came wading in, tapping away, looking flat uppercut again. Bracamonte, there's not much coming back from him at all here. I think maybe he went for broke at the start of the round. It didn't work, but that's a decent jab from him. Yeah. Overhand right from Alan again there, though, was solid. And another one is caught him high on the head, and his legs did a little bit of a dance there. Alan being nice and measured and composed here. He doesn't want to be too reckless, but 1:15 left in the round. He can maybe get the stoppage here.
So Bracamonte's showing big heart here, taking some big shots, and he looks absolutely shattered, but coming back with some good left hooks of his own. Big right
hand there, and into the ropes goes Bracamonte. Another one high on the head, and he's trying to move away to his left-hand side, just inside the final minute of the round, and Bracamonte doing what he needs to do, which is hang on, but he is absolutely dead on his feet here. You look at his face, and the eyes are a little bit hollow. He's trying to suck in the air, and it's great heart and courage from him to just still be on his feet and in there and trying to compete. The corner are watching on. They're not showing any great sign of getting involved at the moment. Maybe they should be.
Yeah, I think Alan looks like he could get a stoppage here. Maybe he's not going to get it inside for this round now, but I don't think Bracamonte has too much left. I think the fight's been knocked out of him here. Big right hand, big 1-2 down the middle. But I just think he's absolutely exhausted. The nose has gone, the bad cut on it as well.
Well, the writing's on the wall here for him, to be honest. He's got 3 more rounds, and it's very difficult to see him turning this around at this point, and you just wonder whether he needs 3 more rounds of this. He certainly doesn't need 3 more. Does he even need 1 more? The corner will have a look and see if they can do anything with that nose, but he doesn't need them to be too brave with him here, Bracamonte.
That's a nasty cut on the nose.
Well, it looks like somebody's taken a razor to it, and this is where we think it happened.
Yeah, big chopping right hand over the top. Much instantaneously, you can see he's completely split the bridge of the nose. Referee above us here, ringside looking, having a word. Is he looking to maybe stop the fight or pull the doctor in?
Well, the doctor's leaning through the ropes to have a look at this. The corner are going about their business. They fully intend to send their man back out for the 8th if they're allowed to do so. John Latham just indicating to them that it was a punch, and the fight has been waved off. The fight has been called over. Alan looks a little bit disappointed, but that's the right decision because that's a bad injury. He looked like he had absolutely nothing left there, Ariel Bracamonte, after giving everything of himself. And that was a very entertaining fight. In the end, it was attritional towards the middle rounds, and then Alan, with his greater experience and desire as well, let's not forget that, he took over and he got the win that he needed, and it was very hard fought, but let's just put it out there, Matt. This has to be the last time we see him get in the ring not in good shape. When we saw him against Lenroy Thomas in the second fight, he got down to 235 pounds, clash of heads. It was an unfortunate ending. In Cardiff against on an Anthony Joshua undercard that he didn't end up fighting on previously, 235 pounds. He looked great. He's got to get back down to that and get back down to it regularly. He said to me if he gets noticed and has a long camp, he can do it. Never mind that, he's just got to do it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good performance and it was a bad performance for different reasons. He took too many punches. He didn't look as well conditioned as he could do. If he was better conditioned, he maybe could have got the stoppage, put more shots together, but because he probably didn't have belief in his conditioning, he had to ease back, pace it, pick his shots. You know, at one stage there, he almost took a round off because he was hoping that a second wind would kick in. But, you know, give Bracamonte credit as well. He came out, showed a lot of heart, started really quick, put some good shots together. I think he certainly buzzed Dave Allen. So I think there was things Dave Allen needs to go back and look at, things he'll be disappointed about. I think he would have liked to have forced a legitimate KO or stoppage, but ultimately he did do a lot of good things as well. So it was a mixed performance, a lot of positives, but certainly a lot of areas that he needs to improve on, and certainly, as you said, Andy, his conditioning and his preparation.
Well, he's patting his chest there, Alan, and we know about his guts. He's proved that time and time again. He doesn't need to prove that to us anymore. What he does need to prove to us is that he can dedicate himself 100%. I talked earlier about his fear of success. He's got to get over that and move on. But let's get to our MC, Mr. David Diamante.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Chris O'Connor calls a halt to this contest at the end of round number 7. Your winner by retirement, fighting out of Conisbro, the Doncaster Darren Marker, the white rhino, David Allen.
David, a win against a very competitive and a very game Ariel Bracamonte, but was that harder work than you thought it would be?
Yes. Yeah, that was awful. I want to apologise to everyone here. You know, I hope to put on a massive show for everyone. He was tough. He was really tough, and he hit really, really hard. And another wake-up call. How many do I need? Well, that's the last one. You know, lots of changes needed, but I got the win. And no one's going to out-tough and out-man me. First 4 rounds were really difficult. I think I perforated both eardrums. Can't really hear anything. My eyes hurting. I'm tired. But you ain't going to beat me in a dogfight. I don't care who you are. You're not going to beat me in a dogfight. No, never, ever, ever. Anywhere.
You showed your toughness, but is that conditioning the main area of concern for you?
You think? I was platted after 1 round, man. I was gone. There's no excuses, you know. I'm not fit enough. I'm not conditioned enough. I'm really sorry to everyone. I think it was a fun fight. Keep me in them kind of styles. I want to have good fights. Because you're just going to punch me in the face all day. I ain't going to go anywhere. And eventually, I'm going to catch up with you. And I'm going to get you. And I think he quit in the thing. Because if that was me, I'd have carried on with a hole in my eye area.
You're taking these jobs at late notice. You're Eddie Hearn's saviour at the moment, but do you need to look after yourself a little bit more and give yourself proper camps?
I don't deserve to ever see pay-per-view ever again after that. I need to go away, put in the hard work, do it all properly, because when you're blessed with the toughness and the strength and the power that I have got, what I'm doing is scandalous, coming in this kind of shape, you know? I've won, but I feel like I've lost. This is a massive stage that Eddie, Adam, Sky have given to me, and I've just kind of, it is short notice. You know, I could do more time to prepare, but it's only my fault. And I need to go away, take a good look at myself and say, you know, what fighting is for me. But I need to go away and say, can I do an 8 or 10 week camp, because these people are paid to watch me, and I've let them down.
Congratulations on the win, a very honest assessment of your own performance, sir.
Thank you.
Okay, well, a 16th career victory for Dave.